stand up for your right. Get up, stand up.
Hello, good morning. My name is Annkio, Briggs, and you're tuned to 7 the Night Delta with Annkio, Briggs. Today is the 28th of October 2020. Today is 8 days, 1 week, and 1 day after the incident of what I refer to as massacre at sunset. Sunset because the sun was just going down when the massacre took place. Even if one person is killed unlawfully, I don't even know why I said unlawfully. If one human being is murdered, it's one human being too many. So whether it was one person or 100 people that were massacred, injured, maimed at Lekki Toll Gate on the 20th of October, Black Tuesday in Nigeria, the month of the so-called independence of Nigeria, the 20th of October 2020, as long as Nigeria remains and as long as Nigeria celebrates independence, we will never forget, we will always remember that the flag of Nigeria was bloodied on that day. We will never forget that the national anthem of Nigeria, as it was changed from the original and the first national anthem that really reflected our true position as a nation, it was changed. And when the youths were singing that national anthem that they believed in and waving the flag that they are proud of, and being so heroic and patriotic, more patriotic than the people that made the decision, as it is now coming out. After denials, they have had to come back and eat their words. What a shame that the heroes and heroines of the future were massacred. May their souls rest in peace. And may the people that made the decision, that were involved in one way or the other, that had knowledge, that lifted the guns, that have been paid for with the blood of the people they have murdered, may they not have any peace until they tell the truth. They must tell the truth. We must have the truth. Very quickly, we have a telephone line that is up on our handles, but please do not call the line until you are asked to call the line. The reality of what we face in Nigeria today, it's very vast. From the idea, concept, belief, non-acceptance, acceptance of whether Nigeria is united or not united. These are things that we have to face. Moving from here, we have to face these realities and make decisions as to where we want to go collectively and separately. We, the people that make up Nigeria, of over 300 and over 350 or more ethnic nationalities make up Nigeria. Therefore, we are all collective and equal owners of this country. So we have to begin the quick process of deciding what each and every one of us want. Well, to some people, it may look tedious. To some people, it may look impossible. But as the late Mandela said, everything looks impossible until it is done, until it is possible, something to that effect. That's the understanding of it. So we should not say that anything Nigerians, as we are called, decide to do equally, collectively, for the sake of staying together, we cannot say that it will be impossible, unless if we decide that we do not want to stay together anymore. But as long as we have not sat down to make that decision, there must be a process where we will have to sit down and make a decision. Each state, each ethnic nationality in each state, in each geopolitical zone, and each geopolitical zone must decide how they want to go forward and with whom they want to go forward. This is our basic right to survive as a people, and we have to take it. Now, when this Lekki toll gate massacre happened, there was a live stream that went around the world. All the major news broadcasts outside of Nigeria were trying to hook into it. The news broadcasters, some who genuinely do broadcast what is happening in Nigeria, were also trying to hook up to it. Now it's become very clear after the denials that that feed was a true feed that came out of the massacre, and some other feeds that are now coming up, some other videos that are coming up, which have not been authenticated, if you like, to the extent of taking responsibility to play it. But the evidence surrounding a particular video is too overwhelming to say that it is not authentic. But all will come out. The truth will emerge. It will show. You can't, the denials have already started crumbling. You see, one thing about lying is that as long as you tell a lie, you have to keep lying to sustain that lie. And so when you tell one lie, you may end up telling 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different lies, depending on whom is talking to you and whom you're trying to cover for and what you're trying to cover. And so when you tell the truth, and that's why I love the truth, when you tell the truth, even if they wake you up from deep sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, you fast asleep, or 3 in the morning, and you have said something at 4 in the afternoon, when they wake you up, you will say exactly the same thing you said in the afternoon, if it is the truth. If it is the truth, you will say it because it's inside your head, it will come out. It's the lie that you try to fiddle with because you can't remember. And that's the work of God, because he knows our minds and he can control it, because he said the heart of man is in his hands and he will turn it whichever way he wants. The Bible, the interpretation of what we believe as Christians, is not limited only to the Bible or to one particular issue only. You can relate issues of the Bible to your present day anytime you choose to do so. So, as a mother and as a Nigerian mother. I stand with the mothers and the parents of the people that were injured, the people that were killed, and I demand along with them, and for every other mother, because what makes our children so special that they were not involved? It's just by the grace of God that they were not there. I know of a girl, a little girl, she's a woman now, a little girl that grew up with my own daughter here in Port Harcourt. That was at Lekki Toll Gate for nights after work, where they all gather in their 20s. So, and the fact is that the youths were not violent, and they still are not violent. In my opinion and in my analysis, I refuse to accept the idea that government wants to drive, that the protest, End SARS protest, which really is about end bad governance and deliver on what you promised. This government made promises in 2014 and 2015. It has not delivered on one of those promises. So the End SARS is a vehicle calling on the federal government to do the right thing. Anything that is wrong in its government, in its tenure, it is responsibility of government to fix it. I'm actually amazed that this government have not been able to mention the past government into this thing, because everything that has gone wrong in Nigeria since this government took over, they have reflected it back to the government that they took over from. But now they can't do that, because this is squarely on their table, on their plate. They serve this thing up to Nigeria, and they must clear the table, and they must clear the plates, and they must take responsibility. This government must take responsibility for what happened at Lekki. What happened at Lekki, what happened in Abuja, it started in Abuja and then Lagos, when thugs were sponsored to go in and attack the protesters. We saw it glare on live feed from people's videos, from the time they started breaking vehicles in Abuja to the time the police first tried to disperse them with water, hot water, all kinds of stuff. We saw it. That in itself, those acts in themselves are unconstitutional if you accept that it is a basic right, a constitutional right, a democratic right for people to peacefully protest against what they don't like, and another side to peacefully support what they like. Allowing the two to come together at any point is what ferments problem. And we could see how those develop. So I do not accept that the End SARS movement was hijacked. It was not hijacked. It is the government that brought in the word hijack. It is the government that brought in the word hoodlums. The protesters did not say that their protest was hijacked. They said that they were attacked. Thugs came to attack them. I have had such an experience, along with so many other women and youths, in 2017, on the 14th of February, 2017, in Yanagua, in Bayelsa State, when we, the Ijaw ethnic nationality, got together and went to Yanagwa to tell the governor at that time of Bayelsa, Dixon, when he gave 1,000 hectares plus to Fulani herdsmen for grazing in Yanagwa. The place is called Bayelsa Palms, where palm kernel for palm oil and all of that. We went in there to peacefully protest and say, take back Ijaw land, don't give it to Fulani herdsmen. It's not for grazing, it is for growing palm kernel. And thugs of Ijaw extraction were unleashed on us. So it's not strange. It's not strange to me. It's not strange to anybody who have been involved in protests that a state government or the federal government does not want to actually be attacked. It's not strange at all. So we cannot, I definitely will not accept, and I do not want, I want a situation where the listeners are able to make this differentiation for themselves. That the protests of end SARS and good governance and everything else that they are rightfully asking for, security or employment, involvement of youth in politics and in governance, a new constitution, whatever we want to load on the back of NSAS, we're free to do so. Because these demands are on the ground. They're not strange, they're not new. It is this sort of demands that led to the 2014 national convocation by Goodluck Jonathan. So it is untrue that the protest was hijacked. The protest was not hijacked. The protest is still not hijacked. What has happened is that the government, having sat back or even gotten involved by the evidence that is available, where you can see government vehicles carrying thugs. With those type of incidences, the protesters were victims of people who wanted them off the streets. And being unable to get them off the streets, decisions were made after threats by both the head of the army, claiming that they will defend democracy. It is you and I, the electorate, that is supposed to defend democracy democratically. If we don't want the government in power, we should be able to vote them out. That's democracy, not the military. When the military gets involved in governance, it is a military takeover. It is not democracy, and it is not defense of democracy. Now, the fact that other people's children, and I want to make this point because I did a broadcast yesterday, a private broadcast outside of this my regular program, in support and in remembrance of the people that that were killed. Now, in that broadcast, I have said it and I repeat it here, that most of the people in political power, starting from governors to senators, House of Rep members, State Assembly members, ministers, appointees, everybody in government, the Vice President, the Attorney General, the Secretary to Federal Government, the President, their spouses, their wives, and mothers, and the men are fathers. Some of their children are the same ages or in the same age groups as the people that they gave orders to kill. So anybody in government who was aware of this invasion that the governor of Lagos State first denied, it is such a shame. It is a shame. If we are doing the right thing in this country, the mere fact that the governor first said that he has no authority over the army. He also said that the army came in because of powers above his own powers as a governor of Lagos State. He said, therefore, by these statements, that he did not call out the military. For him to come back after appearing on CNN, on Anderson's show, for him to come back and now accept that he called the army out is a shame. And if I were him or any other governor that has failed in their duties, he would resign. It's the honorable thing to do. Powers above him, he is powerless in his state. It is either he resigns or he comes out and tells the truth and the truth only, and so help him God. That's the oath he swore to protect his own state. It's not my state, it's his state. The military said that they were not there. So that gave the impression and the concern, serious concern, that Nigeria have been invaded by one, either military from another country or saboteurs in Nigeria that have taken over the military, because it is not the military, the Nigerian military that were at Lekki toll gate that we saw walk towards those children eyeball to eyeball and shot them and killed them and maimed them. So the army, I watched the spokesman for defense go as far as saying that he actually doesn't know what it is called, but people who know have said that the video we were seeing at that time was photoshopped. He was very emphatic. He said it was a lie. The army was not there. And yet, this same army have come out to say that the governor of Lagos State invited them. So both the governor, from his own mouth now, we can assess that at some point the governor lied. We can also assess that at some point the army also lied. That now the governor has accepted the truth, meaning that he lied, and the army have also accepted the truth, also meaning that the army lied. Now, we have a right to expect a government that will tell us the truth. If this same government expects us to be truthful to it, then it owes us a responsibility to be truthful to us. So, the protests, the NSAS protests, the fact that the government says it has accepted 5 for 5, the government we should expect as a people that the government, the spokesperson, since the president does not find it comfortable to speak to Nigerians that voted for him, to find it necessary to speak to them on very critical issues, even if it means addressing those issues on a day-to-day basis. His spokespeople, who are very quick to condemn Nigerians, to insult Nigerians and foreign bodies when it suits them, and to beg those foreign bodies for money and loan when it also suits them. They should also come out and tell us what is going on. Since the president spoke to us, he has admitted that they will do 5 for 5, whatever that translates into. Days later, there is no information on what the government is planning to do. We need information on a daily basis. People are making up their minds on issues, very critical issues, based on what they are seeing on social media. The Minister of Information saying that they should take care of social media before social media takes care of them. That's not going to answer the questions. That's not the answer to the question. As the Minister of Information said, he is the one who is supposed to be giving us information. Instead, what he's doing is threatening Nigerians. Their usual way, their usual game. So, the answer, no answers is being proffered to the issue of end SARS. SARS has not ended as far as I'm concerned, because SARS is active from information that we're getting, that is the social media. And like I listened to Atiedo Peter site and on Arise TV, and he said that any information any Nigerian needs and wants on issues is in social media. It just depends on how you're seeing it and how you are analyzing it. There is so much to talk about that. One, violence was unleashed on peaceful protesters calling for end SARS. The curfew was first slated for 4 o'clock, in 4 p.m. And then it was shifted to 9 p.m. So between 4 o'clock and 9 p.m., nobody was in violation of the curfew that was imposed. As at the time, the army approached the protesters and shot them eyeball to eyeball, looking into their eyes and shooting at them with so many bullets. They were not in violation. Just a few minutes after 7, the protesters were not in violation. The evidence is now showing that the lights were taken off at Alausa just the same time it was taken off at Lekki Tollgate. So everybody needs to answer this question. People's children are dead. I'm a mother. I carried my children in my womb for 9 months, and I gave birth to them. Some of us give birth by natural birthing. Some of us give birth by cesarean. Some of us, unfortunately, give birth in both ways. So we know what it is to have a child naturally, and we know what it is to have a child by cesarean section. They all come with pains. So don't tell me, when there is even one mother grieving, that because it is 1 or 2, the grief should not be as much as if it was 200 or 100. No. So, having said that, the people responsible must feel the guilt of the pain of the mothers, not only in Nigeria, across the world. I've had friends call me from different parts of the world that are not Nigerians, that have called to say, I'm so sorry what happened to children of your country. That's humanity. Okay. Now, another issue I want to touch on is the fact of the panel that has been set up, that the president has ordered that every state should set up a panel of inquiry. I don't understand, and I don't know whether it's in every panel or just Lagos. I do not understand why the youth that are the victims of the SARS and police brutality for decades, who have now gotten up to say, end SARS, and the ones that have been killed and maimed and are still in prison, some of them. I see no reason why Lagos State should say to them that they must sign a confidentiality clause. There is nothing confidential about that panel. Confidential where? These children were shot in broad daylight in the full glare of the world. What is confidential about it? Is it a national secret that they were shot? I will suggest that the mothers oppose that position. Nothing that will happen in any state about this panel should be confidential. It should be open to the public. So if it is open to the public, then there is no need for confidence commitment from the youth. If not, the youth should leave the panel to them. Let them panel it themselves. Let them come up with the report of the panel and give it to themselves and push it inside a dustbin where every other report and every other panel report since panels started taking place in Nigeria for 60 years have gone in the dustbin. So that is that. Now, before I open the lines, because I've had to take the telephone off the hook, before I read out the telephone number and open the lines, I want to very quickly say this. It is very important to us as indigenous people in the Niger Delta. I've come back home. Indigenous people of the Niger Delta, of the South-South geopolitical zone. There are six zones in this country. So the Niger Delta geopolitical zone, the South-South geopolitical zone, they're one and the same thing. I prefer Niger Delta. Is 6 states. Every ethnic nationality. If you are an ethnic nationality, you will know your ethnic nationality. You're either Ikwere, Goni, Ekpeye, Anang, Ibibio, Efik, Ishekiri, Urobo, so on and so forth. If you have a name, and this is not being all this talk about with Nigeria should not talk where you come from. I do not believe in it, and I don't drive it. That we should not talk about rights to your religion. I do not believe in it, and so I do not accept it. I am a Christian. I do things like a Christian. I respect other religion. What they do, they have a right to do it. I have the right to do what I'm doing as a Christian, and I'm proud to be a Christian, and I will not allow anybody to tell me that I should not say that I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian. I will not allow anybody to tell me that I should not say I'm from River State, because I'm from River State in Nigeria. I cannot just be hanging in the air in Nigeria. Where am I from? I'm from River State. Where in River State am I from? I'm from Abonima. Where is Abonima? Abonima is Calabar Kingdom. Where is Calabar Kingdom? Calabar is Ijo. Now, if your father is Ogoni and your mother is Ikwere, or your mother is Ogoni and your father is Ijo, you're rivers. But you come from two different parts of River State. Why are we being told that those things don't matter? Why will they not matter? Just look at me. If you look at me, what would you think? My father is from Nigeria, is from Ijo, is from Calabari, is from Abonima. Why will I not say so? It's a rich heritage and I'm proud of it. My mother is British. Why will I not say so? Her parents, her grandparents are Irish. Those are my heritage. Why should I not be proud of it? Why should somebody tell me I should not say it because of Nigeria? What? Nigeria that one man came to create in 1914? No. And since I am a Niger Deltan, in the Niger Delta region, since I'm an indigenous of River State for now, because we don't know how it's going to be tomorrow. Today, I'm from River State, but I will always be from Abonima. I will always be from Ijo. So for now, the people I share this state with equally are the ethnic nationalities that are in my state. Egi, Ekpe, Ijo, Ogoni, Ikwere, and any other, Abua, any other ethnic nationality. Please, if I don't call you, send your ethnic nationality to me, inbox it to me, because we're trying to compile how many ethnic nationalities we have. If you are proud, if you are an ethnic nationality, you should be proud of who you are. You should be proud of who you are, because that is what gives you a right to be a Rivers person. If you're not Ijo, and if you're not Ogoni, and if you're not Ikwere, Ekpe, from Ahuda, from Egi, if you're not from these places, you can't be in River State, because that's where these are the people that make up River State. So why should somebody tell you that those things are not issues? Those things are issues we should be proud of, we should protect. We should protect. And where I'm going with this, and that's where Niger Delta comes in, it applies to all the ethnic nationalities in other states. We must very quickly see the need for unity in the Niger Delta. The need for unity in the Niger Delta. Despite the fact that we are Ogoni people, we are Ikwere people, we are Efik people, we are Anan people, we are Urobo people, we are Ishekiri people, no matter the ethnic nationality, no matter the state in the Niger Delta, it is to our survival